9 Stoic Tips for Real Life. Train your mind, Daily Stoic. Welcome back to Stoic in Your Life. In today's episode, we're diving deep into a transformative topic. 9 Stoic Tips for Real Life. Whether you're a longtime Stoic or just starting to explore this powerful philosophy, you're in the right place. If you've missed our previous episodes, don't worry. You can catch up with the playlist that will appear at the end of this video. But these aren't just tips. They're practical, daily strategies to build a resilient and focused mind in the face of life's challenges. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the wisdom that can change your life. And if you find value in today's content, show your support by giving us a thumbs up and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. In this video, we'll uncover how Stoic principles can serve as your mental workout routine, helping you to strengthen your focus, manage stress, and find peace amidst the chaos of modern life. We'll tackle essential questions like, how can we train our minds to stay calm under pressure? What does it mean to live in accordance with nature? And how can ancient Stoic teachings be applied to the daily grind? As Epictetus wisely said, no man is free who is not a master of himself. So if you're ready to take control of your thoughts, master your emotions, and apply Stoic wisdom to every aspect of your life, let's get started. Remember, you have the power to train your mind. Start today, and you'll find strength in every challenge. Lesson 1. Morning Ritual, your daily boost. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. If you've ever found yourself overwhelmed by the demands of modern life, you're not alone. In a world that constantly pulls us in 1,000 different directions, it's easy to feel like we're merely reacting to what life throws our way. But think about if you could start each day with a sense of control, clarity, and purpose, a daily boost that sets the tone for everything else. Today we'll dive deep into the power of a morning ritual, a cornerstone of Stoic practice that can help you reclaim your day and, ultimately, your life. Let's begin by exploring why a morning ritual is more than just a routine. It's the foundation upon which the rest of your day is built. The ancient Stoics knew this well. They understood that how you start your day profoundly influences your state of mind and how you respond to the challenges ahead. Imagine waking up every morning with a clear purpose, ready to tackle whatever comes your way. This isn't just about productivity. It's about preparing your mind to be resilient, focused, and centered. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This simple, yet profound reflection can transform how you view each day, reminding you to appreciate the opportunity to live with intention. To craft a powerful morning ritual, start by embracing silence. Before the day's noise begins, take a moment for stillness. This could be as simple as sitting quietly with your thoughts, meditating, or even just enjoying a few minutes of solitude. The goal here is to ground yourself, to reconnect with your inner self before the world intrudes. Seneca reminds us, "Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company." This moment of quiet reflection helps you to center your thoughts and prepares you for the day's challenges. Next, consider the power of intention setting. The Stoics believed in living according to nature, which means aligning your actions with your values and purpose. Before you dive into your daily tasks, ask yourself, what is my purpose today? What do I hope to achieve? And how will my actions reflect my values? Setting clear intentions not only gives your day direction, but also ensures that you stay aligned with your long-term goals. As Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By setting intentions, you're not just going through the motions, you're making a conscious choice to live with purpose and integrity. Another key component of a Stoic morning ritual is gratitude. Take a moment to reflect on what you're thankful for, no matter how small. This practice shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, fostering a sense of contentment and fulfillment. In a world that often encourages us to constantly strive for more, gratitude reminds us to appreciate the present moment and the simple pleasures of life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, give thanks for the food and for the joy of living. If you see no reason to give thanks, the fault lies only in yourself." Gratitude not only enhances your mood, but also sets a positive tone for the rest of the day. Physical activity is another essential part of your morning ritual. The Stoics believed in the importance of caring for the body as well as the mind. Engaging in some form of exercise, whether it's a brisk walk, yoga, or a workout, helps to energize your body and clear your mind. This physical activity is not just about health, it's about preparing yourself mentally for the day ahead. As Seneca observed, "We must take physical exercise, for it helps to fill our souls with vigor." By moving your body in the morning, you're not just getting your blood flowing, you're also clearing away mental cobwebs, ensuring that you start your day with a clear and focused mind. As you move through your morning ritual, consider incorporating a moment of learning or reflection. The Stoics placed great value on wisdom and knowledge, often beginning their days by reading or contemplating philosophical teachings. This practice not only enriches your mind, but also provides you with insights that can guide your actions throughout the day. As Marcus Aurelius suggested, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." By feeding your mind with knowledge in the morning, you arm yourself with the wisdom needed to navigate the challenges of the day. Finally, review your day ahead. Take a few moments to mentally walk through your schedule and anticipate potential challenges. How will you apply Stoic principles to overcome them? What virtues will you need to embody to stay true to your values? This proactive approach allows you to face the day with confidence and resilience. As Epictetus advised, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. By preparing yourself mentally for the day's obstacles, you're not caught off guard when challenges arise. Instead, you're ready to face them with calm and resolve. In modern life, where distractions are plentiful and stress is a constant companion, a morning ritual rooted in Stoic principles can be a game changer. It's not just about starting your day right. It's about training your mind to be resilient, focused, and aligned with your values. The benefits of such a practice extend far beyond the morning hours, influencing how you approach every aspect of your life. By taking control of your mornings, you set the tone for the rest of your day, ensuring that you live with purpose, clarity, and inner peace. As you incorporate these Stoic morning practices into your life, remember that the goal is not perfection, but progress. Each day is an opportunity to refine your approach and deepen your commitment to living according to Stoic principles. By consistently applying these tips, you'll find that your mornings become a source of strength and clarity, empowering you to navigate the complexities of modern life with grace and wisdom. Consider this quote from Seneca: "Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life." By starting each day with intention, gratitude, and reflection, you're not just going through the motions, you're actively shaping the person you want to become. So, take the time to craft your morning ritual with care and see how it transforms your daily life. With each new day, you have the chance to train your mind, build your resilience, and live in accordance with the Stoic wisdom that has guided so many before us. Lesson 2. Day in Review, Your Mental Cleanse. Have you ever ended your day feeling overwhelmed by the events that transpired, unsure of what went right or wrong, or how you could improve for tomorrow? If so, you're not alone. The Stoics recognized the value of reflecting on one's day as a way to cleanse the mind, much like how you might tidy up your home or clear your desk at the end of the day. This practice, known as the Day in Review, is a mental cleanse that allows you to process your experiences, learn from them, and prepare for a better tomorrow. It's a simple yet profound practice that can have a transformative effect on your mental clarity and overall well-being. The idea is straightforward. Before you go to bed, take a moment to review the day's events. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where did I fall short? What could I have done better? These questions are not meant to induce guilt or regret, but to foster growth and self-improvement. It's about being honest with yourself, recognizing your strengths, and acknowledging areas where you can grow. By doing this consistently, you begin to see patterns in your behavior, which can help you to make better choices in the future. As Seneca wisely put it, we should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions are opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired? Think of this practice as a way to declutter your mind. Just as you might clear out old emails or organize your workspace, the day in review helps you to clear out mental clutter that can accumulate over the course of the day. This mental clarity not only helps you to sleep better, but also prepares you for the challenges of the next day. It's a way to ensure that you're not carrying unnecessary baggage into tomorrow. Marcus Aurelius practiced something similar, often reflecting on his actions and thoughts at the end of the day, asking himself if he had lived in accordance with his principles. He understood that self-reflection is key to living a virtuous life. It's not about being perfect. It's about striving to be better every day. Let's relate this to modern life. Imagine you're a manager at work, and you've just had a particularly challenging day. Perhaps there was a difficult meeting, a project that didn't go as planned, or a disagreement with a colleague. Instead of letting these experiences weigh on you, take a few minutes at the end of the day to reflect. What went well in the meeting? What could you have done differently in the project? How could you have handled the disagreement better? By taking the time to review these events, you gain valuable insights that can help you to handle similar situations more effectively in the future. You might realize that a certain approach didn't work as well as you hoped, or that you could have communicated more clearly. This reflection helps you to learn and grow, ensuring that you're better prepared for the challenges that lie ahead. Now, think about your personal life. Maybe you had an argument with a loved one, or perhaps you didn't stick to a goal you set for yourself, like exercising or eating healthy. The day in review gives you the opportunity to reflect on these moments, to understand what triggered your reactions, and how you can respond differently in the future. It's a way to learn from your experiences, rather than being weighed down by them. This practice helps you to cultivate a sense of awareness and mindfulness, allowing you to live more intentionally. As you review your day, you might ask yourself, did I live in accordance with my values today? Did I treat others with kindness and respect? Did I make choices that align with the person I want to be? These questions guide you in becoming the best version of yourself. To keep this process engaging, try incorporating a journal where you can jot down your reflections. This doesn't have to be a lengthy exercise, just a few sentences to capture the key moments of your day. Over time, you'll have a record of your growth and progress, which can be incredibly motivating. You'll start to notice how your thoughts and behaviors change over time, and how you're gradually becoming more aligned with your values and goals. The act of writing down your thoughts can also help to solidify your reflections, making them more tangible and actionable. It's a way of holding yourself accountable and tracking your journey towards self-improvement. But what happens when you realize that you've made a mistake or fallen short of your expectations? The Stoics believed that it's not the mistake itself that matters, but how you respond to it. Rather than dwelling on the error, use it as a learning opportunity. Epictetus taught that we should not be upset by the events themselves but by our judgments about them. So, if you discover that you've made a poor choice or reacted in a way that you're not proud of, don't beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I respond differently next time? This shift in perspective allows you to grow from your experiences rather than being held back by them. Open-ended questions are a powerful tool in this process. By asking yourself questions that don't have a simple yes or no answer, you encourage deeper reflection and insight. For example, instead of asking, "Did I handle that situation well?" ask, "How could I have handled that situation more effectively?" This type of questioning leads to more thoughtful and meaningful answers, helping you to gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your actions. It's about being curious and open-minded, always looking for ways to improve and grow. As you conclude your day in review, take a moment to set an intention for tomorrow. What is one thing you want to focus on? What's a small change you can make that will help you to live more in line with your values? By setting this intention, you're priming your mind for success, giving yourself a clear focus for the day ahead. It's a way to carry the insights from your reflection forward, ensuring that they translate into positive action. The day in review is not just a mental exercise, it's a powerful tool for personal growth and self-improvement. It helps you to clear your mind, learn from your experiences, and prepare for a better tomorrow. By taking the time to reflect on your day, you gain valuable insights that can help you to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and wisdom. So tonight, before you go to bed, ask yourself, what did I learn today? How can I be better tomorrow? These simple questions can lead to profound changes in your life, helping you to become the person you aspire to be. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Let your thoughts be guided by wisdom, reflection, and the desire to grow, and you'll find that each day brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Lesson 3. Money truth. It's not what you think. Let's talk about money, a topic that's on everyone's mind but rarely discussed in the way it should be. When you hear the word wealth, what comes to mind? Is it a big house, a fancy car, or an overflowing bank account? Most people chase after these things, believing that they're the true measure of success and happiness. But here's the truth. Money isn't what you think it is. It's not the shiny object at the end of the road that will solve all your problems. In fact, money has the power to complicate life far more than it can ever simplify it. Have you ever found yourself wishing for just a little bit more? Believing that if you had it, everything would finally fall into place? You're not alone. But I'm here to tell you that this is an illusion, one that the Stoics understood well and warned against. The Stoics, who lived centuries ago, were wise enough to see through the glittering facade of wealth. They knew that true wealth has little to do with material possessions, and everything to do with the state of your mind. As Epictetus famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Think about that for a moment. How often have you gotten something you really wanted, only to find that it didn't bring the lasting happiness you expected? The excitement wears off, and soon enough, you're looking for the next thing to fill the void. This endless cycle of desire is precisely what the Stoics warned us about. They knew that the more you want, the less satisfied you become, because every new acquisition only increases your appetite for more. But let's dig deeper into what money truly represents. Money, at its core, is a tool. It's neither good nor bad in itself, but its value lies in how you use it. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." How you think about money, and more importantly, how you think about life, determines whether you're truly rich or forever impoverished. Ask yourself, what do you really value in life? Is it the relationships you've built, the peace of mind you've cultivated, or the contributions you've made to the world? Or is it something as fleeting and unstable as money? The Stoics would urge you to prioritize the former, to invest in things that are immune to the whims of fortune. Now, don't get me wrong. Money can be useful. It can buy comfort, security, and even some freedom. But it can never buy true happiness or inner peace. Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, wisely noted, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This craving, this insatiable hunger for more, is what keeps people trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction. It's a trap that leads you away from the things that truly matter, like character, virtue, and wisdom. These are the real treasures, the kind that no thief can steal and no market crash can devalue. Consider this. How often do you use money to fill an emotional void? Maybe you buy something new to lift your spirits after a bad day, or perhaps you hoard it out of fear of the future. These behaviors aren't about the money itself. They're about what's going on inside you. The Stoics would ask you to look inward, to examine your desires and fears, and to question whether they are leading you towards or away from a life of true contentment. They would remind you that the pursuit of wealth at the expense of your peace of mind is a poor bargain. So, what can you do to train your mind to see money for what it truly is? Start by practicing gratitude for what you already have. Epictetus advised, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Gratitude is a powerful antidote to the endless pursuit of more. It shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life right now. When you appreciate what you have, you're less likely to be swayed by the false promises of wealth. Another powerful Stoic practice is the concept of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This means imagining the loss of your possessions, your wealth, and even your loved ones, not to instill fear, but to remind yourself of the transient nature of all things. Marcus Aurelius suggested, "Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly." By reflecting on the impermanence of life and wealth, you can better appreciate the present moment and detach from the anxiety that comes with clinging to material things. But perhaps the most important lesson the Stoics offer is the idea that wealth is ultimately about freedom from the tyranny of want. When you no longer view money as the key to your happiness, you liberate yourself from its grip. You become free to pursue what truly matters: virtue, wisdom, and a life well lived. The question is, are you willing to redefine what wealth means to you? Are you ready to see money not as the ultimate goal, but as a means to a more meaningful end? What steps can you take today to align your financial habits with your true values? As you reflect on these questions, remember that the Stoic path is not about renouncing wealth, but about mastering your desires. It's about learning to live with what you have, finding contentment in simplicity, and recognizing that true wealth is measured not by the abundance of your possessions, but by the richness of your soul. So, the next time you find yourself caught in the pursuit of more, pause and ask yourself, is this bringing me closer to the life I want to live, or is it pulling me further away? The answer might surprise you, and it might just set you on a new path, a path toward a richer, more fulfilling life, regardless of what's in your bank account. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 3 Stoic tips resonates most with you, and how do you plan to incorporate it into your daily life? If you're unsure how to start your comment, you could share something like, "I found the first tip particularly powerful because," or, "I'm planning to use the second tip to help me during tough times." Your insights and experiences could inspire others, so don't hesitate to share. Lesson 4. Deep Understanding. Dive beneath the surface. Let's begin with a simple yet profound idea. Most people only see the surface of things, and they often mistake it for the whole truth. This tendency to focus on appearances can lead to a shallow understanding of life, people, and even yourself. But what if you could learn to see beyond the obvious, to dive deeper and uncover the hidden truths that lie beneath? This is the essence of the Stoic approach to understanding the world, looking beyond the superficial to grasp the deeper reality. "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters," said Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who knew that true wisdom comes from deep reflection and understanding, not just a quick glance at the surface. Consider the way most of us navigate our daily lives. We see people, events, and circumstances as they appear to us, often without questioning or exploring further. For example, you might judge a person by their actions without considering the context or the struggles they might be facing, or you might label a situation as bad or unlucky without recognizing the potential for growth or the lessons it might offer. The Stoics would advise you to pause and reflect before jumping to conclusions. They understood that reality is often more complex than it seems at first glance. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This quote reminds us that our initial perceptions can deceive us, and that a deeper understanding often reveals a different, more accurate picture. Let's delve into why this deeper understanding is so crucial, especially in today's fast-paced world. We live in a society that values quick fixes and instant gratification. News headlines are designed to grab your attention, not to encourage deep thinking. Social media offers a constant stream of information, but rarely invites you to think critically or to see beyond the surface. In such an environment, it's easy to fall into the trap of shallow thinking. But as the Stoics teach, real wisdom and true peace come from understanding the world at a deeper level. This means taking the time to reflect, to ask questions, and to seek out the underlying truths that are not immediately apparent. Consider how this principle applies to your personal relationships. How often do you take the time to truly understand the people in your life? Do you listen to them deeply, or do you simply hear their words and react? Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, advised, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This means that your initial reaction to someone's words or actions might not reflect the whole truth. By digging deeper, by asking questions and trying to understand their perspective, you can develop stronger, more meaningful relationships. You might find that what seemed like a slight or an insult was actually a reflection of their own pain or fear. Or you might discover that a disagreement is rooted in a simple misunderstanding that can be resolved with a bit of patience and empathy. This principle of deep understanding isn't just about people, though. It applies to your understanding of yourself and your own life as well. How often do you take the time to reflect on your own actions, your own motivations? The Stoics believed in the power of self-examination. They encouraged looking inward, not just to judge or criticize yourself, but to understand your true nature and to align your actions with your values. Know thyself was inscribed at the temple of Apollo at Delphi, and it's a principle that the Stoics held dear. By understanding yourself at a deeper level, you can make better decisions, find greater peace, and live a life that is true to who you are. In modern life, this deep understanding can also be applied to how you view challenges and setbacks. It's easy to see obstacles as merely that, barriers that prevent you from achieving your goals. But the Stoics teach that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that by looking deeper into your challenges, by understanding them not just as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth, you can transform your difficulties into stepping stones toward success. This shift in perspective requires you to look beyond the surface, to see the deeper lessons that each challenge offers.
But how can you cultivate this deeper understanding in your everyday life? Start by practicing mindfulness and reflection. Take time each day to reflect on your experiences, to ask yourself why you reacted in a certain way, and to consider what you can learn from each situation. Practice empathy in your relationships. Try to understand the deeper motivations and emotions of the people around you. And when faced with challenges, pause and consider what opportunities for growth they might be presenting to you. As you begin to practice this deeper understanding, you might find that your life becomes richer, your relationships more meaningful, and your sense of peace and purpose stronger. You'll start to see that the surface is just the beginning, and that true wisdom lies beneath. So the next time you're tempted to take things at face value, remember the Stoic lesson: dive beneath the surface. Look deeper, reflect, and seek out the hidden truths that can guide you to a more fulfilling life. What might you discover if you took the time to really understand your world, your relationships, and yourself. How might your life change if you embrace the Stoic practice of deep understanding? The answers lie within you, just waiting to be uncovered.
Lesson 5. The true prize. Embrace the journey. Let's talk about something that most people tend to overlook in their pursuit of success: the journey itself. In our society, there's a relentless focus on outcomes: the promotion, the finished project, the trophy on the shelf. We're constantly being told that the end result is what matters most, and that everything else is just a means to that end. But what if I told you that this way of thinking is not only misleading, but also prevents you from truly living? The Stoics, those wise philosophers who have guided us through life's challenges for centuries, understood that the journey is not just a path to the prize, but the prize itself. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote isn't just about overcoming obstacles, it's about recognizing that the obstacles are the way, that every step, every struggle, and every moment of progress is the true reward. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. How often have you found yourself so fixated on a goal that you forgot to appreciate the process? Maybe it was that promotion at work, that fitness milestone, or even the perfect vacation. You were so focused on the finish line that you missed out on the richness of the experiences leading up to it. The long nights you spent working, the sweat you put into training, the quiet moments of planning and anticipation, these were all opportunities for growth, learning, and fulfillment. But if you were only looking ahead, you might have missed the lessons that were right in front of you. The Stoics remind us that the real value lies in the effort, in the daily practice of pushing ourselves a little further, in the small victories that often go unnoticed. Let me share a story that might resonate with you. There's a man who spent years dreaming of starting his own business. He had a vision of what his life would look like once he was successful: financial freedom, respect from his peers, the ability to provide a better life for his family. But in his relentless pursuit of this dream, he began to overlook the present. He sacrificed time with loved ones, neglected his health, and let his hobbies fall by the wayside, all in the name of future success. After years of hard work, he finally achieved his goal. The business was thriving, and on the outside, he seemed to have it all. But deep down, he felt a sense of emptiness. The joy he had expected to feel was overshadowed by the realization that he had missed out on so much along the way. He had been so focused on the destination that he had forgotten to appreciate the journey. This man's story is not uncommon. Many of us get caught up in the belief that our happiness lies in some future achievement, that if we can just reach that one goal, everything will fall into place. But what if that's not true? What if the real treasure is found in the journey itself? The Stoics would argue that it is. They believe that every moment, every challenge, and every setback is an opportunity to practice virtue, to grow in wisdom, and to become a better version of ourselves. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them, said Marcus Aurelius. This quote reminds us that life's beauty is not just in the big moments, but in the everyday experiences that shape who we are. So, how can you embrace the journey in your own life? Start by being present in each moment, by appreciating the small wins and the lessons that come with every setback. When you're working toward a goal, don't just focus on the outcome. Pay attention to the process. What are you learning? How are you growing? What strengths are you developing along the way? This shift in perspective can transform how you experience life. Instead of seeing obstacles as hindrances, you'll begin to see them as essential parts of your journey, as opportunities to build resilience, patience, and perseverance. Think about a time when you faced a significant challenge. Maybe it was a difficult project at work, a personal loss, or a major life change. How did you handle it? Did you rush through it, eager to get to the other side? Or did you take the time to reflect on what it was teaching you? The Stoics teach us that the challenges we face are not just obstacles to overcome, but integral parts of our journey. They shape us, refine us, and help us become who we are meant to be. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it, wrote Epictetus. This means that the struggles you encounter are not just hurdles, but milestones on your path to growth. As you move forward in life, remember to embrace the journey. Don't just chase after the end goal. Learn to find joy and fulfillment in the process. Whether you're working toward a professional achievement, a personal milestone, or even just navigating the day-to-day challenges of life, take time to appreciate the small moments. Celebrate the progress you're making, no matter how incremental it may seem. And when you face setbacks, don't be discouraged. Instead, see them as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The true prize is not the destination, but the journey itself. It's the person you become along the way, the lessons you learn, and the experiences you collect. So, I ask you, how will you embrace your journey? What steps will you take today to appreciate the process and find meaning in each moment? Remember, the Stoics teach us that life is not about rushing to the finish line, but about savoring the path we walk each day. And in doing so, we find that the journey, with all its ups and downs, is the greatest prize of all. Lesson 6. Mantra Power, your personal motivator. Let's dive into something that's often overlooked but incredibly powerful, the mantra. You might think of a mantra as just a word or a phrase, something people repeat during meditation or yoga, but it's much more than that. A mantra can be your personal motivator, a guiding light that helps you stay focused, resilient, and grounded in the face of life's challenges. Imagine having a phrase that you can call upon whenever you're feeling overwhelmed. A phrase that reminds you of your strength, your purpose, and your ability to overcome whatever life throws at you. This is the power of a mantra, and it's something the Stoics understood deeply. As the philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple truth can serve as a powerful mantra in itself, reminding you that while you can't control everything that happens, you always have control over your response. Think about the times when life has knocked you down. Maybe it was a difficult breakup, the loss of a job, or a health crisis. In those moments, it's easy to feel lost, to let fear or despair take over. But what if you had a mantra, a phrase that you could repeat to yourself, something that would remind you of your inner strength and resilience? The Stoics believed that such mantras could help you stay calm, focused, and in control, no matter what challenges you face. For example, Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, would remind himself daily of the impermanence of life and the importance of virtue by repeating phrases that anchored him in the present moment and his principles. He would say, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This mantra helped him maintain his composure and wisdom, even in the most turbulent times. But how do you choose a mantra that works for you? It's about finding a phrase that resonates deeply with your values, your goals, and your challenges. It could be something as simple as, "This too shall pass," reminding you that pain and difficulty are temporary, or "I am in control of my emotions," which can help you stay centered during stressful times. The key is to pick a phrase that speaks to your heart, something that, when repeated, fills you with a sense of calm, purpose, and determination. And it's not just about saying the words. It's about believing them, internalizing them, and letting them guide your actions. Let's bring this concept into the context of modern life. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions and stressors are everywhere, having a personal mantra can be a game changer. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos, to feel overwhelmed by the demands of work, family, and society. But with a mantra, you have a tool that can help you center yourself no matter where you are or what you're doing. Think of it as a mental anchor, something that keeps you grounded amidst the storm. For instance, if you're facing a tough decision at work, repeating a mantra like, "Focus on what I can control," can help you clear your mind and make a choice based on reason rather than emotion. Or if you're struggling with self-doubt, a mantra like, "I am enough," can remind you of your inherent worth and capabilities. But it's not just about using a mantra in tough times. It's also about incorporating it into your daily routine to build resilience over time. Consider starting your day with your mantra, repeating it as part of your morning routine to set a positive tone for the day ahead, or use it during moments of transition, like on your commute to work or before a big meeting, to remind yourself of your strength and focus. Over time, this practice can help you develop a more resilient mindset, one that's better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. As you think about adopting a mantra, ask yourself, what phrase would empower me the most? What words resonate with my deepest values and goals? Take a moment to reflect on your life, your challenges, and what you need to hear in those difficult moments. Remember, the mantra you choose should not just be words, it should be a reflection of who you are and who you aspire to be. And don't be afraid to change your mantra over time. As you grow and evolve, your mantra might need to change too, to reflect your new goals, challenges, and values. Incorporating a mantra into your life is about more than just repetition. It's about creating a personal tool that you can rely on, something that reminds you of your inner strength, your resilience, and your ability to navigate life's ups and downs. It's about having a phrase that grounds you, motivates you, and keeps you aligned with your true self. So, I ask you, what will your mantra be? How will you use it to guide your actions, thoughts, and decisions? The Stoics believed that by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, our reactions, our values, we can live a more peaceful and fulfilled life. By adopting a personal mantra, you're taking a step towards that kind of life, one where you are in control, not the chaos around you. Remember, the power of a mantra lies not just in its words, but in its ability to shape your mindset and your actions. It's a simple yet profound tool that can help you stay focused, resilient, and true to your values, no matter what challenges you face. So choose your mantra wisely and let it be your guide in this journey of life. Let it remind you of your strength, your purpose, and your ability to overcome. And most importantly, let it be a source of comfort and motivation, something you can return to time and again as you navigate the ups and downs of life. What will your mantra be? How will you let it shape your life and guide you towards the person you want to become? If you've made it this far, you're truly on the path to mastering your mind. Drop a comment saying, "I embrace Stoic wisdom," to show you're committed to this journey of self-improvement. Stay tuned. The journey has just begun. Lesson 7. 3 trainings. Your life mastery. Let's talk about something that every man, especially those between the ages of 30 and 65, can relate to: the pursuit of mastery in life. We all strive for it in one way or another, whether it's mastering our careers, our relationships, or even our own minds. But the question is, how do we get there? How do we truly master the art of living? The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, offer a powerful framework that's as relevant today as it was over 2,000 years ago. They believed in 3 essential training, or disciplines, that form the foundation for mastering life. These are the discipline of perception, the discipline of action, and the discipline of will. Together, these 3 training sessions are not just steps toward personal growth. They are the very keys to unlocking a life of purpose, resilience, and fulfillment. As Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This quote captures the essence of what we're discussing. The journey to life mastery begins with mastering yourself. Let's start with the discipline of perception, which is about how you see the world around you. In life, it's easy to get caught up in our own narratives, to let our emotions color our perceptions and lead us astray. But the Stoics teach us that perception is a skill that can be trained. By learning to see things as they truly are, without the distortion of fear, anger, or desire, we can make better decisions and navigate life more effectively. This doesn't mean ignoring your emotions, but rather understanding them and not letting them control you. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic giant, advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. In modern life, this might mean looking at a challenging situation, such as a setback at work or a personal disappointment, not as a catastrophe, but as an opportunity to grow and improve. By adjusting your perception, you can turn obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into setups for future success. Next, we have the discipline of action, which is all about what you do in response to the world. It's not enough to simply perceive things correctly. You must also act with intention, purpose, and integrity. The Stoics believe that true wisdom lies in aligning your actions with your values, and that every decision you make should reflect the person you aspire to be. This means acting with courage, justice, and self-control, even when it's difficult. As Seneca put it, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult." This discipline is particularly important in today's world, where distractions and temptations are everywhere. Whether it's choosing to put in the hard work at your job, to be present with your family, or to take care of your health, the discipline of action is what turns your values into reality. It's the difference between talking about what you want to achieve and actually doing it. Finally, we come to the discipline of will, which is perhaps the most challenging of the three. This discipline is about your inner strength, your ability to endure and persist in the face of adversity. Life is full of challenges, some small, some monumental, and the Stoics believe that the way you respond to these challenges defines your character. The discipline of will is about cultivating resilience, the ability to keep going even when the road is tough. It's about accepting that some things are beyond your control and focusing your energy on what you can control, your own actions and attitudes. As Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This mindset is crucial in modern life, where it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the demands and uncertainties of the world. By strengthening your will, you can face life's challenges with grace and determination, knowing that while you can't control everything, you can control how you respond. So, how do these three disciplines, perception, action, and will, come together to help you master your life? It's about creating a balanced approach to living, one that involves seeing the world clearly, acting with purpose, and enduring with strength. Think of these disciplines as muscles that need to be exercised regularly. The more you practice them, the stronger and more effective they become. In your daily life, this might mean starting each day with a moment of reflection, asking yourself how you can apply these disciplines to whatever lies ahead. It might mean setting goals that align with your values and taking deliberate steps toward those goals even when it's difficult. And it might mean developing habits that build your resilience so that when life throws its inevitable curveballs, you're ready to handle them with confidence and composure. As you reflect on these three trainings, consider how you can apply them to your own life. What perceptions need adjusting? What actions can you take today to move closer to your goals? How can you strengthen your will to better handle adversity? These are the questions that lead to life mastery, and they are the questions that the Stoics would urge you to ask yourself every day. Remember, life mastery is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about making small, consistent improvements in how you see, act, and endure. And as you continue on this journey, keep in mind the wisdom of the Stoics, who understood that the path to mastery is not a straight line, but a lifelong process of learning, growth, and self-improvement. The three disciplines are more than just tips or strategies. They are a way of life. They are the foundation upon which you can build a life of purpose, resilience, and fulfillment. So I ask you, how will you train your mind today? How will you apply the disciplines of perception, action, and will to become the master of your own life? The choice is yours, and the journey begins now. Lesson 8. Learning from the Wise, your life guide. Let's explore one of the most valuable resources you can tap into on your journey to living a better life: the wisdom of those who have walked the path before you. In our fast-paced world, where new information is constantly bombarding us, It's easy to overlook the timeless lessons that history and experience have to offer. But as the Stoics remind us, there's immense value in learning from the wise. Those who have faced life's challenges reflected deeply on them and distilled their experiences into lessons that can guide us today. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid, said Epictetus, reminding us that seeking wisdom often means humbling ourselves, admitting that we don't have all the answers, and being open to learning from those who do. So how do we go about learning from the wise? It starts with recognizing that wisdom isn't something we're born with. It's something we cultivate over time, often by standing on the shoulders of giants. Consider the mentors, teachers, and even historical figures who have left a lasting impact on you. What have you learned from them? How have their insights shaped your perspective and decisions? The Stoics were big on the idea of role models, figures who embody the virtues we aspire to. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and a Roman emperor, often reflected on the teachings of those who came before him. He kept a journal, now known as Meditations, where he noted down the lessons he learned from others, whether it was his teachers, his family, or even the philosophers whose works he studied. Marcus understood that wisdom is not about reinventing the wheel. It's about learning from the experiences and reflections of others and applying those lessons to your own life. In modern life, this idea is just as relevant. Think about the vast amount of information available at your fingertips: books, podcasts, lectures, and even the wisdom shared by people you meet every day. But here's the thing: not all information is equal. The challenge lies in discerning what is truly wise and what is merely noise. How do you sift through the barrage of advice and opinions to find the nuggets of wisdom that can genuinely improve your life? The answer, as the Stoics would tell you, is to focus on the fundamentals, the timeless principles that have guided human behavior for centuries. Principles like courage, integrity, humility, and patience. When you align yourself with these virtues and seek out the wisdom that reinforces them, you set yourself on a path that's grounded in what really matters. Let me share a story that illustrates the importance of learning from the wise. A man in his early 40s, let's call him John, was going through a tough time at work. He felt stuck, frustrated by office politics, and uncertain about his future. He had always prided himself on his independence, figuring things out on his own. But this time, he decided to seek advice from a mentor, an older colleague who had been through the ups and downs of corporate life. The mentor listened carefully, then shared his own experiences, how he had faced similar challenges, what he learned from them, and how he eventually found a way to navigate those turbulent waters. The advice wasn't revolutionary, but it was grounded in years of experience and reflection. And that made all the difference for John. Instead of feeling lost, he now had a clearer sense of direction and a renewed sense of purpose. This is the power of learning from the wise. It's not about finding easy answers, but about gaining perspectives that help you see your challenges in a new light. As you think about your own life, consider the role that wisdom has played in shaping your journey. Who are the wise people in your life? What have they taught you, and how have you applied those lessons? It's important to remember that learning from the wise isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process, one that requires humility, curiosity, and a willingness to grow. As Socrates famously said, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." This mindset keeps you open to new insights, whether they come from a book, a conversation, or simply observing the world around you. At this point, you might be wondering, how can I cultivate this wisdom in my own life? Start by actively seeking out those who have the experience and perspective you admire. This doesn't mean you have to find a formal mentor. Sometimes the best lessons come from unexpected places, a story shared by a friend, a quote from a book, or even a piece of advice overheard in passing. The key is to be open and receptive, to recognize that wisdom often comes in small, subtle ways, rather than in grand, sweeping revelations. And once you've encountered that wisdom, reflect on it. How does it apply to your life? What actions can you take based on what you've learned? This reflective practice is what turns knowledge into wisdom, and it's what the Stoics did on a daily basis. Learning from the wise is about more than just gathering information. It's about integrating that wisdom into the fabric of your life, using it to guide your decisions, your actions, and your growth. So I challenge you, who will you learn from today? What wisdom will you seek out? And how will you let it shape your life? Remember, the journey to wisdom is a lifelong one, but every step you take brings you closer to mastering the art of living. As you move forward, keep the words of Epictetus in mind. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Let the wisdom you gather become not just something you know, but something you live by every single day. Lesson 9. Simplify. Clear your life, clear your mind. Let's talk about something that seems simple in theory but can be incredibly challenging in practice: simplifying your life. In today's world, where we are constantly bombarded with information, tasks, and distractions, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and stretched too thin. We accumulate more and more, whether it's physical possessions, responsibilities, or even mental clutter, until we find ourselves buried under the weight of it all. But what if you could clear away the excess and make space for what truly matters? This is the essence of Stoic wisdom: to simplify your life and, in doing so, clear your mind. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This quote speaks to the heart of the issue. True wealth and contentment don't come from having more, but from needing less. Simplifying your life starts with a conscious decision to focus on what's essential and let go of what's not. Think about your daily routine. How much of your time and energy is spent on things that don't really add value to your life? Perhaps you find yourself endlessly scrolling through social media, keeping up with the latest trends, or accumulating possessions that bring only temporary satisfaction. These activities might seem harmless in small doses, but over time, they can clutter your life and distract you from your true priorities. The Stoics understood this and encouraged us to strip away the unnecessary, to focus on what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, urged, "Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary?" This simple question can be a powerful tool in guiding your decisions and helping you clear away the distractions that cloud your mind. But simplifying your life isn't just about cutting out distractions. It's also about clarifying your values and aligning your actions with them. What are the things that truly matter to you? Is it your family, your health, your personal growth? Once you've identified these core values, it becomes easier to make decisions about where to focus your time and energy. This process of simplification allows you to live more intentionally, to spend your time on the things that truly bring you joy and fulfillment, rather than on things that merely fill up your schedule. The Stoics believed that by focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we can live a more peaceful and purposeful life. As Epictetus famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." By reducing your desires and focusing on what truly matters, you free yourself from the constant chase for more and create space for what's truly important. In our modern lives, the pressure to do more, have more, and be more is relentless. We're encouraged to multitask, to accumulate achievements, and to fill our days with as much activity as possible. But this constant busyness can take a toll on your mental and emotional well-being. It can leave you feeling exhausted, stressed, and disconnected from the things that really matter. Simplifying your life doesn't mean doing less for the sake of doing less. It means doing more of what aligns with your values and brings you closer to your goals. It's about quality over quantity, depth over breadth. By focusing on what's essential, you not only clear your schedule but also clear your mind, allowing you to be more present, more focused, and more at peace. Let's consider a story that illustrates this point. Imagine a man named Tom, who has spent years climbing the corporate ladder, accumulating accolades, wealth, and responsibilities along the way. On the surface, he seems successful. He has a high-paying job, a big house, and a busy social calendar. But despite all his accomplishments, Tom feels unfulfilled. He's constantly stressed, his relationships are strained, and he can't remember the last time he truly enjoyed a moment of peace. One day, after a particularly exhausting week, Tom decides to take a step back and reevaluate his life. He begins by simplifying his daily routine, cutting out unnecessary meetings, saying no to commitments that don't align with his values, and reducing his reliance on material possessions. As he begins to clear away the excess, Tom finds that he has more time and energy for the things that truly matter, spending quality time with his family, pursuing his passions, and taking care of his health. By simplifying his life, Tom not only regains his sense of purpose, but also finds a deeper sense of contentment and peace. So how can you begin to simplify your own life? Start by taking inventory of your daily activities, your possessions, and your commitments. Ask yourself, is this necessary? Does this add value to my life? If the answer is no, consider letting it go. This might mean decluttering your physical space, reducing your social media usage, or reevaluating your work-life balance. Remember, simplifying your life is not about depriving yourself. It's about making room for what truly matters. It's about creating a life that is rich in meaning, not just in material wealth or achievements. As you embark on this journey of simplification, keep in mind the wisdom of the Stoics, who taught that true happiness comes not from having more, but from needing less. What would your life look like if you focused only on what truly matters? How much more peace and fulfillment could you experience if you cleared away the excess and made room for what's essential? These are the questions that can guide you as you seek to simplify your life and, in doing so, clear your mind. In the end, the lesson is clear. By simplifying your life, you create space for clarity, focus, and peace. You free yourself from the burden of excess and make room for the things that truly matter: your relationships, your health, your personal growth. So I challenge you. What can you simplify today? How can you clear away the clutter in your life and focus on what's truly important? Remember, the path to a clear mind begins with a simple life. And as you take steps toward that simplicity, you may find that the peace and contentment you've been seeking were within your reach all along. As we conclude today's episode on 9 Stoic tips for real life, it's essential to remember that the journey to self-mastery and a life of purpose doesn't happen overnight. The Stoic principles we discussed, embracing the journey, simplifying your life, and finding strength in a personal mantra, are not just abstract ideas but practical tools you can incorporate into your daily routine. These tips are meant to help you train your mind to stay resilient in the face of adversity, focused in times of distraction, and calm amidst the chaos of modern life. The true beauty of Stoicism lies in its simplicity and practicality, reminding us that life's greatest challenges are often the ones we face within ourselves. Think about the power of starting each day with intention, of taking a moment to reflect and simplify, and of using a mantra to guide your thoughts and actions. These small, consistent practices can have a profound impact on your overall well-being and success. As you continue to apply these Stoic teachings, you'll find that they help you not only to cope with life's challenges, but to thrive in the face of them. The Stoics teach us that, while we may not control everything that happens to us, we do control how we respond, and it's in this response that our true power lies. If you found today's content valuable, I encourage you to take a moment to like this video and share it with others who might benefit from these timeless principles. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Stoic in Your Life and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We're here to build a community of individuals dedicated to living with purpose, clarity, and resilience, guided by the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Your engagement and support help us to continue creating content that can make a real difference in people's lives. So let's keep this conversation going. Share your thoughts, your experiences, and how you plan to incorporate these Stoic tips into your daily life in the comments below. Together, we can support each other on this journey of self-improvement and mastery. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in our next episode, where we'll dive even deeper into the practices that can help you live your best life. Until then, remember to keep training your mind, stay true to your values, and embrace each moment as a step on the path to a richer, more fulfilling life.